Hi, I'm meteorologist Alexandra Cranford in your local weather expert forecast center. We're getting you the latest on this Wednesday afternoon, just about 4 p.m. on Hurricane Dorian, which is just now the center of the system emerging just outside of the Caribbean Sea. So you can see what's changed since the last advisory. Earlier today, just a few hours ago, the National Hurricane Center upgraded Dorian to a hurricane with winds of 75 miles per hour. Now the wind speeds have been increased to about 80 miles per hour. It's moving northwest at 14 miles per hour, and pressure is at 997 millibars. Tracking the path from the National Hurricane Center over the next few days, this is by Friday early in the morning. It may already have become a Category 2 storm. Keep in mind, the intensity forecasts are not as accurate as the path forecasts from the National Hurricane Center, so it may strengthen more quickly than this. It may take longer to strengthen than what this path is showing. Eventually, it will continue to move over the northwestern to the northwest, and eventually probably strengthen by this weekend to a Category 3 storm. And again, the timing on when that will happen is still a bit iffy, but right now this is the National Hurricane Center's path. And then eventually a landfall right now is somewhere along the eastern coast of Florida as we head into the weekend, maybe Sunday or early Monday, as possibly a Category 3 storm. That would be a major hurricane that would bring very significant impacts to the east coast of Florida for the end of the weekend and into Monday. I want to show you the computer models. There's a pretty good consensus with the models, bringing it out to the north and kind of making that little bit of a jump and eventually moving to the west-northwest, just north of the Bahamas over those warm waters. Notice that the forecast computer models do curve it off to the north and eventually to the northeast. These are two different model runs associated with the GFS model, if you're wondering what those are. But when I show you another GFS model run in just a little bit, you'll notice that it actually has the turn happening much earlier. Let me show you a couple of those models. This is the GFS precipitation model showing Sunday afternoon, possibly, a Category maybe 2, maybe 3 hurricane approaching the Florida coast. Then the GFS model does have it moving inland into southern Georgia and weakening a lot as it kind of veers off a little bit farther to the west, but overland. So this would be a much weakened system as we head into Wednesday and Thursday. Here's the European model with a little bit of a different spin. You can see that it takes Dorian farther to the south, maybe closer actually to Fort Lauderdale or West Palm Beach, and then eventually has it crossing over into the corner of the northeastern Gulf of Mexico. By Thursday afternoon and evening, it has it then being pulled once again to the north, and I'll show you why in a second, but eventually toward maybe Panama City, Florida, and then moving inland and maybe curving farther out to the northeast and east by next weekend. So we are talking a ways out for that. As we look at our steering pattern for next week, here is what we're thinking. There's going to be a high out to the east. The big thing will be this trough of low pressure eventually pulling what is Dorian, what may at this point on Wednesday be possibly a much weakened Dorian, off to the north. So it may kind of get absorbed into this trough of low pressure. Also, a big high may be edging off to the east, kind of blocking it and pushing it farther to the east as well. So that's why we're not seeing any big effects as far as the models go for our area yet. Of course, we're going to be watching it closely because it eventually may end up possibly in the corner of the Gulf of Mexico, and anything this far out that looks like it may do that, we want to watch carefully. So that's the latest at 4 p.m. We'll have much more coming up on Eyewitness News at 5 and 6, and also later today at 10 p.m. when the next forecast path from the National Hurricane Center will be coming out.